Alex Jones gets after the president. This is what he says.
President Trump, you have done two things recently that put you in the category of a globalist and an enemy of America. Now, some will say that you've made these moves because it's an election year and you want to take something away from the Democrats that polling shows could hurt you. First off, leadership is about doing the right thing, even when it's unpopular, because you know it's the right thing and you believe in the cause and that you can convince others to wake up and realize how they've been conned or manipulated. That is the essence of what a pro-American president needs to do, not just for the United States, but the world. And it's that leadership that we demand from you.
I think we're going to have a vaccine by the end of the year. We're doing very well with the vaccine. And I will tell you something. I just literally left a meeting. We're mobilizing our military and other forces, but we're mobilizing our military on the basis that we do have a vaccine. You know, it's a massive job to give this vaccine.
All right, I'm going to stop this here and go back to the video. Now to continue with Alex Jones.
President Trump, you are crossing the Rubicon right now. You are already halfway across that river and you need to turn back now. You are betraying common sense, the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, and your most ardent, staunch backers and supporters. If Barack Obama would have ever announced that he was forming a domestic military system to carry out inoculations of the population, there would be an uprising. There would be a civil war. And we have the Democrats and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation openly saying they want the public to be forced to take inoculations before they can get on an airplane or have a job or go to a grocery store. That they want us to have medical passports like we're in Nazi Germany in 1939. And then to see you on the news at the White House openly talking about the military being in charge of this. Well, this whole thing just reeks of martial law and the power grab that's ongoing. This is an absolute deal breaker with not just myself, but the American people. And my listeners that have given you a lot of leeway and who really have respected you and trusted you are absolutely turning against you right now. President Trump, the other big issue that you have failed on is allowing big tech cartels who've been caught by us and Project Veritas and many others working and meeting together to coordinate the surveillance of their users, in most cases illegally, of even our private messages on things like WhatsApp, on Facebook, to then ban and restrict people for their protected political speech. I know you've been convinced by your campaign head that, oh, you don't really need the grassroots and the people. Do you understand how humiliating that is and how humiliating it is that when millions of people get banned or blocked or censored that you don't stand up for them? People out there defending you and promoting the Make America Great Again agenda. In many cases under great persecution. Take it as a horrible slap in the face that you won't come to their aid of the First Amendment. This isn't private companies that are just taking down the, quote, skinheads. That's how it begins. Now it's everybody, including medical doctors that own clinics across California who have viral videos exposing that COVID-19 is an incredibly overblown hoax that doesn't even kill as many people as the flu. And now a worldwide depression has started, and other doctors at Cedars-Sinai came out with a video showing how you were right about light therapy in the lungs, and YouTube took that down and said it was hateful and violated terms of service. So you've asked your constituents responding to Michelle Malkin to send you examples of this. Why don't you ask Donald Trump Jr.? He's been a champion out there fighting, but he's not the president. We need Donald Trump Sr. to step up and do this now. Whatever happened to medical freedom? Whatever happened to consumer freedom? They're even getting rid of the consumer reports online. They're shutting down citizens being able to rate things. This is a total AI suppression that rivals the social credit score in communist China. This is a nightmare system.
All right. we're going to end it there. Or well, maybe listen a little more. I just know we're in serious trouble, and Trump needs to wake up. Trump needs to wake up.
And the people are ready to be rallied by you to stand against it. Ronald Reagan was a great president in many ways, but he allowed the passage in 1986, and he signed it, of the Vaccine Damage Fund that keeps damage from vaccines secret, and it's paid out over $4 billion so far to people who were hurt, maimed, or killed by vaccines. So again, Bill Gates is coming with a vaccine he says everyone must take. And we're all on lockdown, supposedly, until we accept it. That's tyranny. That's martial law. That's like a science fiction horror movie you'd go see just a couple of years ago at the movies. And now it's here and it's real, and you're going along with it? I understand that up front your instincts were right, Mr. President. You said, hey, people die. It's always happening. We can't shut down the economy. That'll kill way, way more people than what this souped up cold virus will do. But then you saw the fear, you saw the panic, you saw the blue states and the blue cities lock down first and set the example that if you didn't do it, every death was your fault. And we understand why you then for a while went along with it. But now the fraud has come out. Now it's been documented that they take all the regular death numbers. In some cases, folks aren't even tested for COVID-19 and say that they died from the virus. And all the graphs that Fauci and the British government put out and the Bill and Melinda Gates group put out were 50, 30, 20 times higher than what really happened. But now they tell us it's worse than ever and nothing can ever reopen as the third world begins to collapse, and the UN itself estimates 135 million people are set to starve to death extra in the next year. This is a humanitarian global disaster. A depression in America is death in the third world. When the first world collapses, the third world dies. And if you come out with those facts and those truths and become the champion of the First Amendment and the champion of real medical information, and if you sideline Fauci and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation that are up their eyeballs at the Wuhan facility, if you politically expose them and destroy them, it will discredit the whole rotten house of cards. We've done the research, Mr. President. The facts are there. They've tried to demonize you and attack you and get you off base to believe that you can't stand up and rally the American people to have confidence. But we do have confidence, and we have confidence in you to do the right thing. So turn back from this course now, Mr. President, and be the champion we know you are for human freedom.
Can't get any clearer than that. President, you've been announced. The battle's on. We need a leader that will stand up and protect the world from this warfare, medical, information warfare, and from the elite groups. Are you going to be the president to do it? The clock is ticking. We're waiting for a leader to step forward and do what needs to be done. President Trump, stand up and lead. This is from Alex Jones, many conservatives, and many groups out there that have exposed the truth and putting their heads on the block. Stand up for us, President Trump. Good day.